Hi guys, welcome back to Travel Mower Mechanic. Today we're going to have a look at buying a used mower. So you've probably seen a mower on Marketplace or on Craigslist or something like that. Sounds pretty good. They've rated up pretty well, telling you what it's done and what it hasn't done. So I'm going to go over and show you a few things you need to look for. Because sellers are not always upfront. So firstly what we need to do, we've got a mower sitting here. We're just going to check a few things over on this. Here's a little Victor here sitting here. Now, first thing you want to do is undo the air filter cover. Just unclip it like that, and there's the air filter. So the guy says it's got a new air filter in it. Well, this one has. It's all nice and clean. So that's okay. No drama there with that. Next thing we need to do, they say it's been serviced. So you want to take the oil dipstick out. Check the oil. Check the colour of the oil. Nice and clean. So yes, it has been serviced. It's got fresh oil in there. Okay, you can also take the boot off the spark plug here. Take the boot off there and the spark plug here. Have a look at the plug down in here. If it looks fairly clean and fairly new, well, that's been done. Okay. So therefore, you want to start checking out the body. Make sure the body's good in around here. There's no real rust marks or splits. No cracks or anything around the body there. Check your front wheels. Check the front wheels have got no up and down playment. If they're bouncing around like this and they're not square, you're going to have fun cutting. The other thing is make sure your height adjuster is working. Make sure the height adjuster is working up and down. That all works nice and free. As I say, make sure there's no splits or anything like that. Now, one other thing you need to do is check your pull cord here. Make sure it's not frayed or anything like that. That one's in good condition. Also, check your throttle cable up here. Make sure your throttle works. Make sure that's all nice and free. You can move that. Okay, so have a look underneath. Have a look underneath the mower. Make sure there's no big rust patches or holes or anything underneath. Check your blade. Make sure the blade's in good condition. Make sure it's got the turn up on it and everything. It's nice and sharp. Now, another way you can tell if a mower's done a lot of work or not, have a look at the tread on the mower, on the wheels. Have a look at the tread on the wheels here. These are good. These wheels are all good on this mower, so I know for a fact that it has not done a lot of work at all. Try and start the mower. Start the mower up. And when you do that, make sure your rope's retracting, coming in and out. That's going okay like that. Another thing you want to look for after it's been running is have a look down under here. Make sure there's no oil leaks or anything. Just like that. Now, there is a bit of wet oil under that one. So it has probably got, it's either been spilt or it's got an oil leak. And if it's got an oil leak, you can feel it down underneath there everywhere. No wet oil there, so I'm sure it's just been a bit of spilled oil. Now another thing to check, when you're doing this, looking for these leaks, have a look around the base here. Around the base of the mower and that. If there's patches of grease or dirt build up underneath there, that's a bit of a concern. Especially in around here. If you've got wet dirt and mud, or not wet dirt, but oily dirt and stuff under there, there's possibly got an oil leak, could have a blown heat gasket. So the biggest thing is then to start the mower up, let it warm up, just let it run for a few minutes, a minute or two and let it warm up a bit. Move your throttle up to high, and if it's moving okay, back it down to idle, and then pull it back to halfway. And if it's nice and smooth, you'll know the motor's okay. If it's missing and carrying on is an issue. So guys, I hope that gives you a bit of an insight of buying a used push mowers. As I say, a lot of sellers are not up front with what they've done. They'll say it's been serviced and anything else. So do your checks first, make sure. But as is any second hand, there is never any guarantee on it. But by doing these checks, you can guarantee you're getting something that's not too bad. Okay guys, thanks for watching.